There are a couple of things that can increase your chances of success.
Mazen Kanaan, Mr. House of Pops.
I always like to say we had a small bike and a big dream.
Shark Tank winner who secured the highest ever valuation of $33 million.
And still said no to the money.
Correct.
With over a decade of experience at global giants like Lipton and Wall's Ice Cream, he co-founded House of Pops with his wife.
And now she's taking care of the factory, the manufacturing. I'm taking care of managing the business.
The brand is now recognized among the Middle East's top 100 most admired companies.
What's the dream?
The dream is to go global. We started House of Pops, and it was difficult for us because, I have invested all my lifetime savings. We left Palm Jumeirah and we got a tiny apartment and we started hustling for the business. She was driving to Al-Kiwain, coming back at 3 a.m.
All these points, so many people would have given up.
Mazen, I wanted to ask you a really difficult question. What is your favorite flavor?
Wow. It was not part of the discussion before.
No.
I did not prepare.
Welcome to Chat GRG. My name is Ahmad.
And my name is Robyn.
Today, we are delighted to have Mazen Kanaan, co-founder of House of Pops with his wife, Marcella. Mazen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for hosting me.
So Mazen, you founded House of Pops 6 years ago in Dubai.
Correct.
You were a corporate guy before. So 12 years in one of the biggest ice cream manufacturers in the world, heading up marketing for the region, big corporate guy and now an entrepreneur. How's that journey been for you?
Well, lots of ups and downs, very exciting. I never thought I'll end up doing my own thing initially because, when you are in a corporate world, your entire, your ambition, the only thing you can see is how can you go up the ladder in the corporate world. But, life takes turns and I found out myself on a different journey. We can talk about it in detail.
Mazen, I wanted to ask you a really difficult question.
Okay.
What is your favorite flavor?
Wow. It was not part of the discussion before.
No.
I did not prepare. No, my best one is mango with strawberry pieces at the front, part of our royal range.
Okay, I haven't tried that one.
It's really amazing. It's not only does not only taste good, but it looks brilliant because we are the only one having this ability to put big fruit pieces at the front of the ice cream. It has a lot of manual work and it's,
Strawberry
really
mango.
Yes.
So it's something in your childhood? Do you love strawberry?
No, it's just like a creation of doing
creation.
something different. In my childhood, we had the regular chocolate, vanilla thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is still super delicious. Because you do have chocolate as well.
We have
You
chocolate.
are hitting that
We
audience.
have chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mazen, you and I met probably 2009, 10. We were talking to each other for years. I was trying to seduce you out of your company with opportunities. You kept saying no. You were committed. You were you knew what your value was, and you were on this learning journey. You did 12 years there as head of marketing, senior guy. Now, there's a lot of people listening that will be in a similar position in a big corporate that have an idea. What tips would you give them?
It's not a must to have your own business to be successful because sometimes with all the hype around it, people say, this is the only definition or I need to do something. It's not made for everyone. But if you really have an idea and you believe in it, there are a couple of things that can increase your chances of success. Like in my case, I have worked, for 12 years and the last 6 years were on ice cream. And I started my journey, my personal entrepreneurial journey on ice cream. So that definitely increases the chances of success tremendously because this is something I'm really familiar with. So the more they have an expertise in whatever they want to start, the better it is. Second, I read a very beautiful book. It's called The Lean Startup Approach, where it tells you how can you start step by step. So when we started, I did not come to where we currently are in Jabal Ali having a 7,000 square feet factory. We started in Al-Kiwain in a 100 square feet, 100 square meter factory. And it was even too big for us. So we established the production unit in the office because when you enter in a warehouse, there is an office because it was covered.
Yeah.
And from there, we started initially preparing the popsicles and selling in a farmer's market once a week.
The Ripe Market, right?
The Ripe Market,
I remember
exactly,
that,
in Times Square.
That was quite a fun place to be, actually.
Yeah, and we had only one bike. I always like to say we had a small bike and a big dream. you know. So and we started like this. So the other thing is that you don't really need, although we had money, but this money that I have saved, I did not invest this money until after 2 years, until I felt comfortable that, you know, there is a potential. So having money doesn't mean that you need to spend it like upfront. Take those steps, validate the proposition, the product, the price, the audience. Is it resonating? Are you able to create kind of a niche or service this niche in the market? So those are very important. And if you can, to a certain extent, test it before you leave your job, that could be an additional plus. One thing I've done after I left Unilever and I started that, the business required a lot of injection of cash. So I took another job. And I was in parallel for 3 years working in an ingredient company.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And my wife was running
period?
the show on the ground.
So she's still the boss, basically.
She's still the boss.
She'll always be the boss.
We
Yeah,
know
She
she's
will
the
always
boss.
be the
Yeah.
boss. So she was running like the show on the ground, and I took a job for 3 years in parallel where I was getting a good salary and then investing there. But then it reached a point where, you know, when you're selling your company and you're not working there, it becomes a bit weird. And then the project developed to a certain maturity where it can afford paying me a decent remuneration, and I'm not anymore risking failure. And this is where I left the second job. But it's not always like an opportunity for everyone. But I was lucky with this setup. But the idea is that if you can test it, try to test it.
You created that stability, right? A lot of people feel like they either have to take a huge leap and leave corporate, but you were like, no, I got myself comfortable enough and even went back into another organization to re-inject. Okay, it's very clever. I mean, it's very well thought through.
Yeah, and you know, I was from the beginning, I was thinking to create value for the company because many of the people who are starting, although they have money, they might go and get investment. And you can sell easily 30% of your company for $30,000-$40,000 initially. You know, but if you are able to create this value and keep this value up until now, it can really, the payout will be much bigger. And this is when you tackled a bit around the Shark Tank, where, for me personally, I mean, I always think if I ever make $2 million, it will be as much as my entire family has done for the last 200 years, you know?
Yes.
And it's, I'm not, I don't dream of having like, say, billions of dollars. But if there is a certain value that I'm creating and I can preserve it or I can personally increase it, why not? And this is how we approached it, where we thought, okay, things, we can still deliver value without that.
But your message there is, it was very calculated. You knew what you were doing because you had expertise in the industry. You shouldered the risk with your wife. You worked really damn hard by having 2 jobs. So it's not like this was just an ice cream guy who knew the industry who had a go. Like you spent years basically working 2 jobs.
Yeah, and
for
even
probably 14 hours a day would be my guess.
Yeah. Even until now, like we operate. I mean, like we have a lot of times where we operate on a very tiny cash levels. Like sometimes we worry about paying the salaries. So yeah, and this is the life of any entrepreneur. Ultimately, you'll get out of it, but currently we still face that. So you need to be able to have resilience. I think resilience is the key thing. You'll get a lot of slaps along the way, but you need to keep pushing.
What's been the hardest slap, the biggest one? 6 years.
I think managing cash is terrible. It's terrible because
It's what corporate gives you, right?
yeah. I mean, I've never seen
You don't have to.
100
You
don't
dirham
have to.
for 13 years in Unilever. I've never seen a bill.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't worry about cash.
You have a PO number, a GL code.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
that goes in that budget, that invisible
Man,
pot.
It's terrible, and people sometimes might not pay you. You know, it's like it's so selling is one thing, and collecting is something different. So I think the hardest was when we reach salary time, and if we are really tight, it's a very difficult feeling because you have 100 people working with you, and behind them there is 100 families, and there are commitment. Even if you want to cut 2,000 dirham, but you never know this guy. The same way you are tight, he might be tight on school fees, etc. Like, thank God we did not reach a point where we needed to do anything drastic. But those are really tough times, because I always think, you know what, if it does not work, I can still find something else. But if it does not work, there are 100 families that are connected to my project. So this sense of responsibility is very, very critical.
It's very kind of you.
Yeah. And then with Shark Tank, so you went onto Shark Tank,
Yes.
you secured the biggest deal
Yes.
in history. I think it was $32 million valuation. Is that right?
33 million post money.
33 million.
$33 million.
Get it right, Ahmed.
Sorry, $33 million
million.
valuation. And then you came away from that and still said no to the money. Is that right?
Correct.
I mean, firstly, well done on getting that valuation. You told us before you came on the show that you have nothing in your personal bank account, which is interesting.
I paid for the taxi.
Yeah.
So I had
We
enough
should
for
have
the
offered that
taxi.
at least.
Yeah, but I think that's a really good message, right? Because people probably see you, think that you're some super wealthy guy, but you keep reinvesting in your company. So everything you have, sweat, time, money, goes back in, right?
Correct. So it's good, and yeah, it has its advantage and disadvantage, whatever comment, because when people see you everywhere, automatically they assume, the guy is making millions. So this is good, because that reflects well on how spread we are.
Mm-hmm.
But the company journey is a bit different than what people would see, because as you mentioned, initially we have been reinvesting all the profits. This is in the first phase. I have invested all my lifetime savings, whatever. After I left Unilever, I got like my end of service was invested there. And then at some point we felt, okay, there is a potential. Let's really go and over-invest in the company. So I recruited really top-notch people in the industry. Our team went from 30 people to 100 people, and we started making losses. Because there is always in the growth journey a point where you decide that you're going for scale. And this will enable you to make good profits in the long term, but there is like a couple of years where you need to pay high fixed cost that can be offset only with growth. So we are during those couple technical years where we're bearing losses. We are getting our own savings reinvested also to cover that. We're getting support from the bank. So while the brand is really developing, but as a personal wealth, I'm very far from being a millionaire. I'm not saying I will not be one very soon.
You will be.
But
you
today,
will be one.
No doubt.
I'm not.
And also, I want to go tap into the resilience that you spoke about, because we touched on that with your father, your upbringing.
Yes.
Just a little rough, to say the least.
To say the least.
But it taught you a lot. So can you please talk into the learnings? I know you can share a few of the moments.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I think this is... I only started understanding that during my current job, because initially you need to understand the context about resilience. I was born in 1984 in the middle of the Lebanese civil war. And my parents, of course, had safety as a priority for them, resilience. How can you still raise kids and make them strong in order to face adversities in life? And he used to do small things that I never understood there at that point. But now I would understand the context. So, for example, he used to force me to wash my sister. He was a bit more lenient with her, but to wash my face with cold water. I mean, we had hot water. I mean, let me in the morning. And sometimes it's cold in Lebanon.
Yeah.
But he said no. And why? Just in case you are at some time in your life where there is no hot water. And now I think, like, why? I mean, will always be hot water. Or for example, like, I don't know. He was trying to whenever I have a dentist, appointment. I was 8 years young, so old. I was like, first appointment I would go with him, and the second appointment he would tell me, no, you go by yourself. And I was like 7 years old. Hi, how are you? I have an appointment, and the guy would look at me. I mean, what are you coming to do? So there were a lot of those instances where he was always pushing me to face difficult moments. And this created this resilience. For him, it was, I think in his mind, how can, there was war, and for war, how can he bring a kid who can have a strong will to resist potential adversities in the world? And those were some small things, whatever he could do. But I think those left a lot of impact on me, on how can you control your emotions, how can you be strong in face of difficulties.
Do you wash your face with cold water?
Have you ever? Now I'm going into the cold plunge now. Every time I go into cold plunge, this is dedicated for you, Father. But yeah, and when those happens to you in your childhood, they become very dear to you. And I hope I should rationalize a bit because I have like a newborn. I want to convey this resilience to him, but maybe with a town a bit. I
was going to ask, in Dubai, that's could be a challenge, right? Silver spoon, nice schools, nurseries, 4 teaching assistants around him with the teacher, small classes, lots of attention.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging, but I think Marcella and myself are at the core of this organization, which is the family, and we share the same values. And it's going to be difficult, but I think we are going to, let's say, transfer those values of resilience, but without creating harsh environments. Because we are not living in a war zone, and we don't need to suffer. But it's going to be tricky how to communicate those within acceptable, norms and contexts. But hopefully we'll figure that out. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Talking about your wife as well, you said that you both started the business together.
Yes.
We also spoke about how you had your honeymoon period at the start as well.
Yeah, she will, hopefully one day she will join. Now she's taking care of Lucas. But I'll tell you, it was very interesting. I was on a business trip. I was still with Unilever. I was on a business trip to Thailand. And she was spending some time in Thailand. She's from Costa Rica originally. And we met there and we connected and we stayed in touch. And talk about resilience. I mean, she is also like really impressive there. So then after some time, we stay in touch, and she decided to move to Dubai. When she moved, initially I was living in the Palm in a very fancy apartment with a private beach, a private pool. And after 2 months, we started House of Pops, and then we needed to optimize, and I left Unilever and we needed to optimize. So we left Palm Jumeirah and went to JVC, and we got a tiny apartment and we started hustling for the business. And for her, like, you know what, Anna, I can't.
This is not the dream. What happened?
What happened? What is the bling of Dubai?
And JVC back then would have been really a building site, right?
That's
Yes,
true.
yes. And it was so tiny. And then at that time, I had the other job. So she was driving to Al Kiwain.
Oh my goodness.
She was
doing
cursing
the
at you.
popsicles,
She was
driving the
cursing at
van, coming back at 3 a.m. in
you
the
put
morning.
her in a van.
Yeah, and
Imagine.
it was difficult
this.
for us
From
because,
the Palm to...
I was still getting to know her. And we did not live the Dubai life where you go on an extended weekend to Thailand or to Oman. Nothing. We were on extended weekend preparing for an event at 5 a.m. in the morning, driving the truck to Ripe Market, collecting the cart. So it was really tough. But at the same time, I learned a lot about her and I got to know the true essence of Marcella. And this contributed, of course, a lot in us coming together. Because if someone can be next to you and share the same dream in a place where there is a lot of like bling bling like Dubai, that tells a lot. So that was on the good part and on the challenging part as well. But the more the business developed, then you have other challenges like who to take, who's the one taking decisions, and then when you have a bit more of a wider team. Who's the boss and who will take what kind of decisions, and how did I talk to her in that meeting? How did she talk to me? And I mean, in my character, I split, like at work, it's work, at home, it's home, but we'll be like only 4 months together. And then she would tend to split a bit less. Like you cannot really separate. No, he is there, the CEO at the house. We are, equal. So it took a bit to figure out how it works. It took a toll on our relationship, of course, because initially everything should be rosy, but we had a lot of challenges. It impacted also as well a bit on the, let's say, the mental health, because you are mixing developing a relationship and developing a business and not allocating enough time for the relationship. But I think we figured that out with support, we used all the tools available for us. And now when we look at the journey, it's really fulfilling to see where we started, the challenges that we have gone through. Now it's easier because we have a bigger organization.
Yeah.
And now she's taking care of the factory, the manufacturing. I'm taking care of managing the business and like the different channels. So it's kind of more of a split role. Challenges are still there, but to a lesser extent.
Why did you decide to do it together?
I don't know. It just happened naturally. She has also studied culinary arts.
Okay.
So she was the one who created the flavors. And then I had the the managerial experience with Unilever, how to sell ice cream. So everyone had something to add. So we did a good combination to launch it. So this is how we started. And she loved the idea. It's not like she came to help me on my dream. It's our dream. And everyone pitch in with whatever he has.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
It's so good to hear your story because at all these points, so many people would have given up. Like when you talk about the Al-Quwain driving a van, going to some market where the revenue is probably not very much and you're doing it maybe for just visibility.
Exactly.
And you're hoping you can build a brand when Instagram probably isn't a big thing then, so it's quite hard to get people behind you. So you probably go home exhausted on a Saturday night going, what the hell are we doing? You know?
Of course. I mean, I remember also after a couple of years, I said, let me try... because our expertise is in the supermarket with Unilever. Let me try Carrefour. And then I book a meeting with the buyer there, who was a junior buyer, because this is the entry that you need to face. And then I was explaining to him that, we have 100% natural. I told him, check this banana, this mango, it's full of fruits. He told me how much you would sell these. I told him at 20 dirhams. He told me, what, 20 dirhams? I told him, yeah, it's natural. And the guy wanted to play smart, but was very funny. He took the banana. He told me, so this you'll sell it at 20 dirham. I told him, yeah. He told me, so this is full of banana? I told him, yeah. He told me, then I can buy a banana. I told him, man,
God.
buy a banana.
This is not an intelligent conversation.
I said, okay, man, there is a big gap. You know what? I'll talk to you later. At the end, okay, then don't buy any apple jam. Buy an apple. Don't drink apple juice.
Where do we take
an
this?
apple, everything. But then, funny enough, after 3 years from that meeting, I got an email from Carrefour asking me if I am still interested to be listed with them because they have seen how I have spread. So, things came back.
So you went to try and pitch. They said no.
And then they replied on the same
3
email
Wow.
after 3 years and saying, and we started and we're doing well. And after a year and a half with Carrefour, we appointed a distributor 6 months ago, and now we are in 600 in all the supermarkets, hypermarkets in UAE.
That's so cool.
So this is resilience, when you talk about, when you come back, I will never make it. The guy wants to buy a banana, who I will buy, whatever, but then, yeah.
And that's intimidating because you believe that buyer would have more knowledge than you. So you might have left that meeting feeling a bit like...
Yeah, no, it will never work.
Yeah.
It will never work.
And now you're in which countries?
So we are in UAE, in Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Lebanon, and Hungary. We have a small operation.
Oh,
there.
you're just getting it. What's the dream?
The dream is to go global. GCC for sure. This is the priority. And we are finalizing also with Qatar and Oman. Those are the two countries that are left. We just shipped to Kuwait 2 weeks ago. And we went to Sial. It's like Gulf food, but for Europe. And we got a lot of interest from not only Europe, but also from the States, from Canada. But the volumes there they talked about is like totally different. Like they talk in multiple containers from each SKU.
Are you talking franchising with them or you're talking...
No, this is for distribution of our brand in their supermarkets. So we are developing a very serious product for the biggest Canadian retailer. And
Loblaws? Or which one would that be? Loblaws?
Yes.
You know them
and
well.
then Trader Joe's in the US.
Wow.
So we need to adapt the production to fill full. But I think there's definitely a potential for House of Pops to go global. And we are ready for that. We're ready for that, hopefully. Yani. Why not?
Yeah.
Like
Why
there's
not?
always thing that you think that, you know what, Unilever, P&G, Nestle, but at the end, those big brands are managed by people like us. So nothing really, we don't lack any skills. You just need to think well use your experience, and you can put something on the table that can compete with them. This big halo effect is there because of something in our mind. But I can definitely, with the right team on board, I can definitely compete with any proposition they can do. So this gives us a lot of confidence.
And you can move faster probably than some of the big corporates,
100%, 100%. I tried so hard to open one shop on Kite Beach when I was still in Unilever. They were saying, no, it's not possible. This is not our way of doing business. We sell to the supermarket. Now with House of Pops, we have 27 kiosks in Dubai only, you know? And now also there are a lot, I understand that there are a lot of discussions in Unilever. I mean, how come someone who was, why we could not make it, although this person was there? And there is a lot of other discussions going on. It's interesting.
Very cool. That must be a good feeling to know that they're talking about you having left.
Yeah, I'm sure, Yani. Maybe not the first couple of years, but now I am confident that there are questions being asked, Yani.
Very cool.
And I see as well, you're giving back a lot. Like I saw that in Lebanon, you're doing a lot.
That's the minimum, Yani, we can do. Frankly, I feel embarrassed when I post on LinkedIn, you know what, we have this new mango with strawberry. While there are people getting murdered, where there is chaos in my country, you feel so stupid sometimes. But at the end, I think that resistance has many forms. You know, you can go and fight, but you can also be successful. And later on, when you have the ability to influence more, you can direct the public opinion, etc. So I'm doing my bit. Along the line, if I can support with ice cream, with whatever support that we can do for the kids that are being, they are homeless, we would do it, Yani. But that's the minimum that we can do. But hopefully I'll be able to do much more in the future.
No, I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that you post because it encourages everyone else to also give back. So I don't see it from a vanity perspective at all. I find it actually quite nice that you're showcasing what you're doing. Otherwise, no one's going to know, right? True. And then no one's going to be encouraged to do the same.
True.
Especially with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
No, you do a good job with that because I'm guilty of doing no posting because of the same reason. Who cares about what I've got to say?
Yeah.
You know, and then I get a bit embarrassed as well. But then when you post, I'm happy to read it. You see how stupid that mindset is, right? Yeah.
But I push myself. A lot of people tell me you are very active on LinkedIn. And I took a decision that, I want to be active because I figured out when you start your own company, you and your brand become very much interrelated. The more people know about you, it reflects on the brand. And the more they know about the brand, it reflects on you.
Oh, he's driving the story for
Robyn's
me.
all about this.
Yeah.
So talking.
That's so true.
It's so true.
And that's why and it's very important to go a bit also beyond like whatever you are doing. I think this is brilliant. We did not talk about recruitment. Right? Yeah. But it definitely would help whatever you are doing to move forward. I take part in discussions about sustainability, about health and wellness. I don't need every time to say, hey, you know what, buy House of Pops, it's available there, 20% off. Because I think the more, like in Unilever, we talked about Unilever, we are in the business of selling experiences and not products. And experience is how you present the product, the colors, how the founder talks, how he posts, giving his views about different things. This all, now currently, whatever I'm doing with you is helping House of Pops indirectly. And I'm a big believer in that. And that's why I'm very active in the ecosystem.
Okay. No, I love that. I'm just like, sell the
story,
said it for me.
Yeah.
No, it does. It's and what I love, Mazen, is that I have, because obviously this is the first time I've met you. You've known Ahmad a long time. Your voice online is the same. You are who you are.
Yes.
You know, you weren't pretending to be someone that you're not and sharing the stories. Like, I know a lot about you because of what you're sharing, and it wasn't done in vanity. I'm like, oh, this is very interesting. So it's even like, I love that you're going that one level deeper with us, you know, getting for everyone to understand.
It's like the brand. We are 100% natural, you know, so we adopt also the value.
And consistent.
That's your tagline.
No preservatives, no coloring. Only the
just
flavor.
Delicious taste.
Just delicious. Extremely delicious. Extremely delicious taste.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, perfect. Just give me 1 minute.
Of course.
You guys can keep chatting.
Are we allowed to talk? We're not going to get in trouble?
So,
very
I
nice.
like that.
I'm not sure that I got your favorite flavor.
Okay, we'll shoot.
But
I haven't tried all of these. No, I've tried lots of them because I get them at Kite Beach. And my girlfriend orders them on Deliveroo.
Oh, I like
She gets a 4-pack. Is it a 4-pack box or a 3-pack box? And by the way,
yes, that is
is
5.
it 5?
That is
125 dirhams it was, right? I think on Deliveroo.
Yes, with a discount.
When she ordered it, because I
Yes.
didn't tell her what to order, I looked at it. I was like, "You just ordered ice cream. Why is it 100?" It was on my credit. I was like, "What? 125 dirhams for ice cream?" And then I looked at the app. I was like, "Oh, that's Mazen's.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's good. It's okay."
Next I tell him, you can eat a banana. You can eat a mango. What, 125?
Okay, so let's talk about the flavor.
Yalla.
Yeah.
I actually love the mango. This is the mango.
Mango is our best seller.
Is
Like,
it?
you call it yeah, it's super delicious.
Mango is
Like
our
it-
best seller.
Because it actually tastes like mango a
It
little bit.
has 65% mango.
Okay.
So
I actually like this one too. This is the
this
Galactica.
has-
Yeah.
People think we use coloring. This is not coloring.
I thought it was coloring.
No, this is blue spirulina. It's a superfood
Wow.
coming
No
from the
spirulina.
algae, from the plants in
algae?
the water. Huh?
Oh, the
Algae,
algae.
The algae.
They said algae. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's creative. The chewing gum. Okay.
So, yeah.
You haven't tried it.
No,
you need to
mango.
try the mango. Okay. You're
Yes.
gonna try
Now?
The mango. Yeah, of course. Sure. I'm going to try.
I might make a mess here. This
Or the
could be
mango
embarrassing.
passion. You can just take one.
Mango
lick.
passion. No, mango passion.
Mango passion.
I
Come
knew
on.
he would like the mango
Give me the
passion.
passion. I
passion
love passion.
Mazen, would you like to?
Yes.
Which one would you like?
Mazen, how many of these would you have in a week
No, it's not in a day.
that you finish? Not that you lick
There we
and
go.
then you put back.
I'll take this one.
Which one's that?
This is the dragon colada. It has chia seeds.
We need to try that next. If you took that one, that must be like the next best
The
thing
good
after
one.
the strawberry.
But because the color is a bit unique, I thought.
I know. I'm worried my
Might look
tongue will
nice.
go blue. All right.
So even the packaging, by the way, is not plastic. We use sustainable packaging.
Is it?
It's made from plant starch.
Is it?
Yeah.
Made
we
from
get
what?
it from
Plant
starch, like corn starch. We get it from Italy. It's not available here.
Just
So
get
we like
Marianne,
to say
kingdom.
it's natural from the ingredient all the way to the packaging, and it's good for the.
How many calories in this?
Thank you.
This would have around 70 calories for 80 ml.
And a competitor brand that
It would jump around 110, 120.
and how much sugar?
I'm like,
So here we don't use refined sugar. We sweeten it with agave. Agave is a plant from Mexico. Processed in a way you can get tequila. Processed another way.
All I heard was tequila. What
how
did
do you lean into that?
That's all I heard.
Yeah.
This one's delicious.
And it has around, I would say, 8 to 10% of agave. And the rest is fibers, water, and a dash of lime juice. So 5 clean label ingredients.
How many ingredients do you have?
5.
No, sorry, how many flavors do you have in the whole portfolio?
We have 24 flavors in the shops. Like we keep innovating limited edition, but the core are 24.
I see that. And you have a Diwali box that came
Yeah,
out.
exactly. So we do some
Mixing
on
it up a bit.
Ramadan. We do something with dates and stuff like that.
24 flavors. And a Baskin Robbins would have how many? Or a Haagen-Dazs?
We have so Baskin Robbins have 31. This is part of their logo.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is it? I didn't even
Yeah, you would not see it, but
No,
it's
I-
like this. The B would be the 30, and the first dash of the
Okay.
Baskin would be 1, and it's 31 flavor.
This is delicious. It's amazing.
I'm biting it. I'm
Thank you.
going crazy.
I can't bite because my teeth are too sensitive.
Oh.
But this is absolutely delicious.
It's super good.
I can't believe we're getting paid
I
to
even
eat.
give it. It's biscuit. I give it to my puppy. He loves it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I've
We're
seen
thinking of
videos.
doing something for the
I have
dogs.
a video. Yeah.
We're gonna develop
House of
like,
Pups. House
we're-
of Pups.
House of Pups. But, yeah,
That's so cool.
that's not good. Because in the
We'll
Golden
take a
Mile,
commission for that House of Pups.
And then how would you, would it be cold?
it will be cold.
No, they love cold.
But the ingredients,
Really?
you, don't,
Dogs
you
love
cannot
ice.
use any type of sugar. So we'll put like banana and stuff and other puddings and something like this that would work.
He loves. They loves it. He
It would
loves
be very
cold.
nice.
Yeah, he loves cold.
Could humans eat it as well as the
Yes.
dog? Because I think that would be cool, right? Owners like to sometimes share.
Human grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Robyn and Biscuit eat off the same plate. I think Biscuit
Marcella
gets
is-
first
is-
priority.
Marcella is crazy about dogs.
Oh,
And
is she?
I'm a bit not because I mean in
Do you
her
have
house.
one?
No, but
Okay.
she wants some. They
You-
they
when
sleep
you-
on her bed, whatever. And
Yeah.
for us, it's a bit I don't know. For in our house, it wasn't something.
Yeah, growing up in the Lebanese culture, yeah, it's true. A dog's a dog.
But once
Everything
you,
is
once you
like-
get your own, though, it will become like your child.
That's what she told me.
Yeah.
Especially the breeds now. They don't share. They're hypoallergenic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a phrase which is don't pat the stray dog, because if you pat a stray dog, you fall in love with that dog.
Oh well.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a
be
big
careful.
thing for her.
because they'll follow you home and then all of a sudden you're in love.
It would change you.
Voila.
It's like there's everything good about it.
And there's also so many videos like how they deal with the babies, etc.
Yeah.
It's like
They're
it's
amazing.
unreal.
They're amazing. If you get stressed, they absorb
And what
it.
I like, she said, is that they have unconditional love. Like they are always happy when she comes home, and I felt it. It's very nice because like I'm moody. You know, I come sometimes I'm grumpy or whatever. But imagine someone always ready and excited to
Always.
see you, like irrespective of his day. It's something beautiful. I thought
It is.
Yeah.
And they brighten up your. And I'm guilty of. I'm talking about cats, not even dogs. But we have one cat that is like a dog, and I'll say hi to my girlfriend, and then I'll really say hi to the cat because the cat comes running at me,
Yeah, how
and is
nice
so
is that?
happy with mouth open, and I'm like, how can I not be? How can I not be like super pumped now?
Yeah. No,
There's
it's so
something to
good.
it, but it's a lot of work too, right? The responsibility is big.
Yeah. But
You have to get home. You can't stay out late. You need to walk them. They need to pee. I mean, it's a
Yeah, so I remember my cousin, his wife wanted to have a dog or something, and then they had a plant. He told her, listen, we'll put the plant outside. If you manage to keep this plant alive for a month, we'll get a dog.
Oh my
The
God.
plant
Oh my
couldn't-
God.
she couldn't water, she forgot of
couldn't.
watering it, and then he said, if you cannot take care of a plant.
No, don't relate. I'll kill every plant at any opportunity I get. I'm so bad at
Oh,
plants.
okay.
Yeah, I
So
have
it's not, it doesn't mean...
not the same.
No,
No,
it's not the same.
You're good with plants, right?
I've got a lot better, yeah.
Yeah, Chab's really
But
good
that's
with
the
them.
same thing because it's the same idea. I love having them around now, so I want to keep them alive,
Okay,
and
fair enough.
they do. They are living organisms.
I know, I tried so many.
Yeah.
I need to get it right. I put the wrong plant outside. It's not meant to be an outdoor plant. And I came home and it was...
There are apps now, like you scan and tells you on the leaf
Suppose,
what the...
yeah.
No way.
Not the...
Yeah, what you need to be
plant
giving
need,
it.
yeah.
That's true.
It's crazy, all this.
They don't have that for dogs, though.
No.
Robyn's dog is coming in this afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the breed?
It's a Cavapoo. So half poodle, half cavalier.
Oh,
He's a teddy. He's
He's
a real
gorgeous.
He's like a real life teddy bear.
Oh, nice.
Honestly, he's the best thing. No, little.
No,
Like a teddy bear. Imagine just like plush
No,
toy.
okay. Yeah.
Real.
Like that?
He's not a teddy bear. He's a human.
Yeah, he behaves like a human. Yeah.
That's so cool.
But really, honestly, everything positive about them.
The only thing that Robyn hasn't yet experienced, I'm sorry to patronise you, is if you decide to have kids, your dog will take a second priority, which I know is impossible for you to imagine. But it happens to every pet owner. They go through this process of nothing will ever get in the way of me and my pet. And all of a sudden the kid becomes a bigger priority because it's emerged from you as a human.
Of
It's your
course.
blood, it's your
Of
flesh.
course.
No, I think
And-
I want them to have a relationship. No,
Oh, I get
treat
it.
him
I know,
like
I,
a
know,
human.
I know what you want right now.
Don't ever
I'm
say
saying-
that.
I know right now you're seeing red and you want to kill me.
Christ.
But it's a thing whereby sometimes then the pet gets a bit depressed. They don't feel as much love. It's quite hard to give it,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yeah,
You're
of
worn
course.
out. You're tired. I mean,
Of course.
I don't know how you're surviving month 3 now.
No, it's good. It's good. I was telling you that we get support. So we have a nanny and we have a night nurse that comes.
Amazing.
And it was a bit difficult because for you, I mean, in my childhood, my mom was taking care of me all the time, and the suffering is part of the giving the love. So if you suffer less, you might start thinking, okay, am I a good dad? But I figure out that for me and Marcella, if we are in a better mood and we are sleeping better, then we can enjoy more quality time with our son, and we are very happy doing that. Marcella still wakes up because she needs to feed, and she's feeding. But at least if there is an issue that the kid is not able to sleep for 3 hours, she can rest a bit before she gets up again. And yeah, sometimes I feel I'm living the grandfather experience, being a father, where you can only come and play, and there is
Yes,
not much
yes.
of. But I change nappies. I allocate time. I come early. I reduced my paddle games.
Oh, you're a paddle player.
Yeah, drastically in order to dedicate time for the newcomer,
The newcomer.
my baby. It's funny, like there is this story. When
That's
initially
nice, though.
it takes time for you to realize that this is your
I
kid.
totally agree.
You went through that?
It took me 6 weeks. So my ex-wife used to refer to Ava as her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for the first 6 weeks, I didn't see a gender. I just saw a baby. And I was like, who the hell's her? And then it was like the week 7, I was like, oh, that's my little girl. But for the first 6 weeks, it was just an alien.
It took a while.
Yeah.
It hit me when she just delivered Marcella, and you need to go to register the kid in the on the counter in the. So I went there. I told them my wife just delivered a baby and I want to register him, and he said it's your son. So for me, there is Marcella.
That's how I'm supposed to be talking.
Something came out of her. My wife just delivered a baby, and
you good?
Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you for watching Chat GIG. Please be sure to follow our socials on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and be subscribing to our channels.